Well, hello YouTube. How you guys all doing today? Hope you're having a pretty good day. We got an email from one of you guys, as a matter of fact, and that's kind of what I'm out here doing today. I'm following up on something that one of you guys sent us. I'm just outside, well, I'm in Williamson, West Virginia, in West Williamson at the Fairview Cemetery. Now this one, we've done a couple stories here. This isn't far from our house, and I've mentioned I cut grass here one summer youth when I was a little kid, and we've done a few stories here. A lot of the graves are lost. The ones that are marked, obviously they're marked, but a lot of this records to this graveyard were lost in the 77 flood. The office that maintained the place, it got flooded. The courthouse got flooded. The city hall got flooded. Everything got, the whole town. And pretty much everything that isn't marked is, kind of gotten lost to history. And Heather and I, Heather's done some work here. And we, continue to do what we can. But there's a whole bunch of interesting stories and interesting characters here. And I thought I would take you guys out for a little walk today, show you this pretty place. And leaves are just now starting to change. You can see a little bit on the hillside over there. I see a little bit of red, a little bit of gold starting to show up, and a few leaves starting to fly. It won't be long now, will it? These mountains will look like they're on fire soon. It'll be crazy. But we've got some storms inbound in a few hours, so I thought I would go ahead and run out today and follow up on this email and document a little bit more here and see what we can find. I know a little bit about the cemetery. Like I said, I cut grass here when I was a little kid, and I can remember when I cut grass here, I was told that this valley, the Central Valley right here, was either maintained by the city or they had bought some plots, or I don't know if they were selling the plots, but either way, that they were using it as sort of a pauper valley for, when there was someone that no one claimed, that sort of thing. And there's another section back up here in the woods. It goes down here on both sides. There's an old lost vault down here, completely overgrown. We've shown you that. We've shown you a lot of this stuff, and the open crypt that you can look in, it's right over there. We've shown you that as well. Also, man over here named Tony, we did a video about him. One of our very first ones was a Medal of Honor recipient, got killed by his nephew. Now, parking is kind of limited, which I guess is a very common thing, with these cemeteries and what we do. Parking is always an issue. Sometimes you have to take the ATV or the side-by-side to get to some of them. But this one you can drive up to. Very pretty, isn't it? Very scenic. Very pretty place. I came over here once looking for if it was a police officer that had been killed, and I searched for an entire day down here and never did find him. But we've documented some of this graveyard. There's still more to do. We've kind of done it in sections, but where a lot of the records were lost to begin with. Let me get my piece of paper out here. Anyway, it says, hi Leo and Heather. I'm back for a visit and was walking through Fairview Cemetery today. I came across a grave I had never seen before. It was the grave of a small boy who passed in 1923. What makes it so interesting is there is an enamel post-mortem picture of the boy in his coffin on the stone. It's very unusual to see something like that on a stone. About 50% of the picture is missing, but you can clearly make out the coffin and his face. I didn't see a record of it on Find a Grave. The boy's first name was Rex something, dash. The last name escapes me. I didn't have a camera on me, or I would have taken a picture. With the picture on the stone damaged, I'm not sure how much longer it will still be visible. To locate the grave, go near the exit of the cemetery on Slater Street. This is the top of Slater Street, and right down there is the entrance. So we'll start walking our way down through that way. Now, on the right hand side of the road, you'll see a large dark red Harrison stone. Harrison. Okay. I know a couple people. Mr. Weaver over there. I know a few people here. I can remember when I was looking for that police officer was in the winter. And I remember climbing all up and down both sides of this valley trying to find him. Never did. Apparently he was either in an unmarked stone, an unmarked grave, or either that or I simply walked right by him. Now here's a Harrison. Annie Harrison, 1877 to 1947. Long time ago, wasn't it? 1877. Them big old trees. They've been there a while, ain't they? Look at that one. It's very interesting. Oh, sunken one right here. Walk around it. Sunken one there too. Look at that. Very interesting looking headstone, isn't it? C. Bina. Wow. It's HU right there. I see it, what, February 2nd, March. Wow, I really can't make out a whole lot on that. That is really interesting though, isn't it? I'm assuming Eastern European. We had a lot of, because of the coal back in the day, you had a lot of people from all around the world came here for jobs in the coal mines. I see a red one. I see a big dark one. Look at that. The trees growing right up out of them. Look at that. It's a Harrison. That's it. Now let's see. Get my paper back out. Now, you'll see a large dark red Harrison stone. Mr. Robert Harrison, Robert H. Mr. Robert Harrison was a tavern owner who was shot and killed in his business back in the 1950s, and also a World War I veteran. Might be a very interesting story there. I would say that there probably is. Look at that. Look at the patina on that. That is really pretty. You don't see them like that color. I'm not sure if that's something's been put on there or what, but that looks really unique. Robert Harrison, West Virginia. SFC Company A, 317th Engineers, World War I, June 15th, 1896 to April 10th, 1957. It'll be interesting to see what Heather comes up with. St. Clair W, January 8th, 1903 to December 9th, 1948. So we'll see what Heather comes up with there. That should be interesting. World War I vet. Y'all know how we are about our vets when we run across them. Okay, now. Alright. Go almost directly across the road from it and ascend the bank about 10 feet. You'll see a small stone with a lamb on top that's fallen on its back. Directly across the street. I see it. Wow, look at those. Now, you'll see a small stone. It's fallen on its back. That's the stone I'm talking about. The next time you're in Fairview Cemetery, take a look. Hope you both are well and keep the videos coming. I get a lot of enjoyment out of them. Plus, I've shown them to some of my co-workers for them to see the area I hail from. My wife, who is not native to the area but fell in love with it the first time she came back here, enjoys them as well. Tom and Jada. Here's Rex's grave. Right here. It's Rex Vernon Smith, June 9th, 1922 to July 15th, 1923. And we will add this information to Find a Grave just as soon as I get back to the house. Wow, look at that. You can see the coffin right here. It's open, and the baby's face right here. Wow.
Autointoxication is a disorder resulting from absorption of the waste products of metabolism, decomposed matter from the intestine, or the products of dead and infected tissue, as in gangrene.
It is a very unique gravestone picture. You know, I've seen a lot of these stones. You see a lot of these with lambs on top, children. You rarely see one with a picture in it. And you'll very, very, very rarely see one post-mortem. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first one I've ever seen. I mean, unless I've seen one and just don't remember it, didn't notice. And I doubt it. This is the first one, I'm pretty sure. But you can see the face and the coffin. Rex Vernon Smith. And after this, just as soon as I get back to the house, Rex Vernon Smith will be added to Find a Grave. Won't be long, will it? You can feel the rain in the air. You can feel it coming. And there's Rex and Mr. Harrison right there. It's kind of strange, you do these videos, by the time you leave you kind of feel like you've met them, you know? Like I've met Rex and Robert as well. Just feels strange. I guess it kind of comes with the territory though, doesn't it? Beautiful old cemetery. Right there's Tony over there. It's an awful steep hill to be trying to bury someone on, isn't it? Just straight down in the valley. And you can see there are stones down in the valley and graves. If you get on the other side, this whole hillside over here looks like Swiss cheese. And none of them, very few, very, very, very few have headstones. And like I said, from the flood, all of those records are lost. So basically everyone in this graveyard that doesn't have a headstone, there you go. That's a shame, isn't it? You know, you live all your life and you like to think that your memory will kind of carry on, but it doesn't always do that, does it? Life isn't always fair. Rarely is, actually. But we do the best we can, right? That's the caretaker's house. I can remember that when I was little. The caretaker of the cemetery lived there. We used to take a shortcut to get to West End to come play in the river, and we'd come down through the graveyard and go down in West End and ride trains back to town at the end of the day. And I remember coming down through here, and I can remember seeing him, the groundskeeper, which he never said anything, you know, but just in case, you know, we were kids. You know how it is, you think. We thought he was going to say something, so we just got through this part quick and get on out of here. Look at those. You know, I don't really think of cemeteries as being pretty or beautiful. It's usually not the word that comes to mind. But that is awful pretty, isn't it? Flag waving in the wind down there. Well, anyway, guys, I guess we're back at the car. We found who we were looking for, and it's up to Heather now to go through what she can and find what she can and go from there. But thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jada, for being viewers. We appreciate y'all contacting us. And thank you all of our viewers, subscribers, Patreon members. You know, we literally couldn't do this stuff without you guys, you know, so thank you very much. You know, most people don't realize how much power that little subscribe button has, but it really does. It's like back in the day, you know, they had the families, Nielsen families, and whatever shows the Nielsen families liked were the ones that got to stay on. The ones that Nielsen families didn't watch got canceled. YouTube has given you, all of us, Nielsen power with that subscribe button. Use it wisely. Subscribe to the ones you want to see make it, and the ones you don't. Anyway, guys, like I said, we appreciate y'all coming along today and, you know, visiting a couple people. Y'all have a really good day, and we will see you guys next time. Leo out.